Good day and welcome to Aviation 001 TV, where we connect policy, industry, and the skies. My name is Diapria Victor, and I'm your host. Today, we have the beautiful Miss World Nigeria. Good day, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Well, it's very lovely to finally meet you in person.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay, so who is Tamunosoye Karibi George? Your name, you say you're from Bielsa. At least that's what we know because you represented Bielsa State. So I really want to know if you're really Bielsan because your name isn't really a Bielsa name because I'm from Bielsa. I would know.
Okay. I'm actually from River State.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Tamnosoye Karibi George.
Yeah.
But I was assigned by Elsa to represent them, yes, at Miss World. Unfortunately for me, my mom is from Bielsa State.
Well,
so
that's interesting.
I embraced my maternal heritage.
Okay. What part of Bielsa is your mom from?
Odi.
Odi. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's actually nice. I think that's Sultan Icho. Or Sabana
Kolokuma,
Bicho. Oh,
Pokuma,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. That makes sense. So tell us a little bit about you, your background, your major, what skills you have. If not pageantry, what would you do?
I actually studied mass communication
Interesting.
in Madonna University. If not pageantry, I always wanted to be a host. I was inspired by the likes of Nancy Sime, and it was one of those things where I said, I want to be on TV. I want to
Okay.
host events, host shows, host basically any and everything. So communication is my background. I'm also a certified public relations officer
That's actually
by the
interesting.
Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. Yes, aside that, I do voiceovers. I also bake.
Wow.
It was one of those skills that I picked up growing up as a child. My mom would always bake, but I took it to the next level, frosting cakes and even having a business for a
Oh,
time.
that's actually interesting.
Yes, during the lockdown when everyone was just idle
Yeah.
at home, I watch a lot of Food Network, and my sisters, I'll just wake up and just make something very random. My sisters were like, you know what, we should use this to make money. So I was head chef, and we were just doing our thing. But I think after the lockdown, everybody's lives had to go back to
Wow.
normal.
So the
yeah.
business.
No, it will continue. It will come in
Okay.
the future, right?
Hopefully.
But for now, I started focusing on other things. I had to finish school, which I did in 2020. I served
Okay.
2021 to 2022 in the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, actually. And after that was when my journey in pageantry started in 2023.
Oh,
I
okay.
started with the Miss Port Harcourt City pageant. I
So
was
this isn't the first pageant.
no, actually. I was the first runner-up with the title of Face of Port Harcourt City,
Okay.
and that allowed me to represent Nigeria on the continental stage at Miss
Wow.
Africa International, where I won.
Interesting. Interesting. So
Yes.
this is not your first win.
No, this is not my
That
first
is
win.
actually a very lovely one. So, but did you see this win coming? Because we saw that you had a lot of sponsors and supporters. Did you think that might have been an edge for your win?
I don't know about a lot of sponsors, but I did have a lot of supporters.
Okay.
Starting with family first. They've always been my support, and I mean not just immediate but extended family as well. Both my parents come from large families, so
Okay.
that helped.
They
in-
must be proud.
Yeah, they definitely are. That helped in every sense of the word. And going to Miss World Nigeria, definitely I would say that I was confident that I was going to win. I did not think it was going to be easy because, of course, there were other amazing delegates on the stage. But I was hopeful, and I'm glad that the outcome was victory.
Wow. So how has life been like since winning Miss World Nigeria? How is it like being a queen? Maybe I should go into something like that.
You probably should. You speak very well. So
Oh, thank you.
That's an edge. How has it been? It's been really busy.
Okay.
There's little time and so much to do preparing for the competition in Vietnam. It's August. It's just here.
Wow.
And it's going to run through till September 5th, which is the finale. And I'm hopeful, again, that what was done 25 years ago on the world stage will repeat itself, and then Nigeria will bring home the
That
crown.
would be a very big one, and I'm rooting for you. So
Thank
you
you
think
so
you're
much.
going to win Miss World?
I know I'm going to win.
Wow, that is very good. I am rooting for you. I hope I see you win, and I hope that you win, actually. So, the last time you came here, you came to see the minister. Can you take us through that meeting, what it was about, and how it was like?
Well, the minister was actually present at the competition. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, that's what I said. You had a lot of supporters.
Well, he is friends with the Silverberg group. They
Oh,
own
okay,
the
okay.
competition, yeah. So, the meeting was, getting the ministry support going forward. It's the Ministry of Aviation. If you want to fly, he obviously has to go through them. So they promised to reach out to airlines as part of their corporate social responsibility to be able to partner with us and help the transition from Nigeria to Vietnam to be smooth. And I think it was a very fruitful meeting, and it will be helpful for myself as well as my team and everyone that will obviously be a part of this journey in getting to our destination at the end of the day.
You still have a lot of supporters, because that in itself is support from the minister.
Yeah, listen, they've come now. Yeah.
Okay. That's actually interesting. So the preparations to go to Vietnam and represent Nigeria, how has it been?
It's been a roller coaster.
Okay.
So many highs, some lows.
Yeah.
But mostly highs. I think at the end of the day, you just have to put your best foot forward every single day. Keep pushing through till the very end. You started, you have to finish, and you will finish well. So that's what I just tell myself, and I just keep moving.
Okay. So after your reign as Miss World Nigeria, because obviously you have to pass on, what would you be focusing on?
I'd still keep moving my career in modeling. I enjoy runway a whole lot.
Okay. So you do runway as well?
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
I've worked shows like the GTCO Fashion Weekend, the New York Fashion Weekend.
New York, that's actually
huge. The Nook.
Nook. Okay.
Yeah, but GTCO is huge because
GTCO is huge in Nigeria. Yes.
And I got in on my first try. That was a moment where I felt like I definitely was moving
Not
in the
many
right
people
direction.
have that opportunity, because I've seen a lot of people on TikTok try, but they never really get in, and then they say next time. I've seen one person try for like 3 times before finally getting in on the 4th trial. So it's actually huge for you. Sorry.
It was just a testament that I was on the right path. I'm doing what exactly I'm supposed to be doing. And of course, for me, after will still be pursuing my modeling career, taking my baking business. Maybe I have a lot more time on my hands to get back into that, because I enjoyed that very much. Dive deep into communication and entertainment and acting as well. I sing a little too.
Wow. Well, maybe you sing a little for us before leaving.
See.
So I'm guessing that if not pageantry, it's either baking or entertainment. So just take me through that. If you
baking I think it would be a combination of the two.
Of the both of them. That's interesting. So you love to be in the entertainment industry.
Of course. I mean, I studied communication, so might as well use the degree.
Yeah, of course. So, as Miss World Nigeria, you're one of the faces of the girl child. You're aware of that, right? So, what's one word you would want to tell the girl child? Because a lot of people look up to you. There are many people that have said, oh my God, she's from River State. Oh my God, she's from Bayelsa. I want to be like her. Me too. I would definitely do that. What's one word you would want to tell them? Like something to say, okay, do this, do that, and you get there.
My message is always the same every time I'm asked this question. It's something that carried me up until this point. It was a poster on the wall in my high school. So going up the stairwell and coming down, you'd always read it. It said, if you dare to dream it, work to achieve it. And I added a little extra. But make sure you turn that success around to bless the person coming after you.
Wow.
I believe that the pageant space or the pageant industry is one that uplifts others. And it's only so because someone decided to give. So when you get to the place where you've been elevated, make sure that you use your platform and your influence to also lift up the next person. And I think the world will be a better place for it.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can do anything. You're capable of so much. I can tell you for a fact that hard work pays off, maintain your dignity and your integrity at the end of the day,
Exactly.
and you do great things.
Yeah, like you said, hard work pays off, but there's this meme going around: hard work, connection, and money. Like they'll say you can have hard work, but connection will always come first. And if you have money, it will be easier for you. What do you think about that?
Okay, when people ask me who do you know, I say I know one person, and that is my Father in heaven.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
a very strong believer, and one of the things that I'm grateful for in my Christian journey and my journey with Christ is, when you say, should I go forward with this thing? And then he gives you the go ahead. All you need to do is take the first step. And
Exactly.
he'll lead you everywhere. I think in the book of Habakkuk, it says, write down the plan, make it plain, and then
Exactly.
everything else will follow.
We'll follow.
So you may not have the connection now or the money in the beginning. I can tell you for a fact that even when I decided to enter into my first pageant, I was clueless. I didn't know what I was doing. Even making the audition video alone, I was frightened and like literally shaking in my seat, and there's nobody there but just me and then my friend holding the camera. But I made a simple prayer and I saw that play out. Like when I decided to go back home, because I was in Abuja after my service.
Oh,
So
okay.
when I went back home to Port Harcourt for the competition, like the amount of support and how people were so supportive and willing to jump on the idea, it just showed that, okay, I believe God is in this journey. He's making it easy. He's bringing the
Yes.
connection. He's bringing the money. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you put in the work and everything
It
else
just
will follow.
follows.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting. So, what would you say to people that have a lot of misconceptions about pageantry? Because there are lots of people that say, "Oh, I wouldn't go into pageantry because they do this and they do that," and most of the time you have to know somebody in before you win. Because I've heard a lot of these things, and I've been met most of the time. Oh, you have the figure to do this, and I'm like, I don't really know. A lot of people just discourage me. So, what would you say to somebody like me?
Once upon a time, someone who was a queen also said something to me. She said, don't listen to people, see for yourself.
Exactly.
The very first pageant I did, of course, people still called when I said I wanted to do this. There were people that still said, oh, don't do it, or you have to know somebody, or they'll tell you to do this, they'll tell you to meet this person. Truthfully, it wasn't like that. It was who deserved it the most. You put in your best.
Yes.
They saw your best and they rewarded your best. That's what it was. Miss Africa too was the exact same thing. Miss World Nigeria certainly was the exact same thing.
Exactly.
I've seen a lot of comments online, but I've just chosen
Ignored
to ignore
it.
Exactly, because
That's the best thing, I guess.
there are people, especially people that know. I think I even saw one comment someone made, and someone responded and said, "That means you don't know Soye."
Exactly.
I said something here. I said, don't compromise on your dignity and your integrity. Keep it intact. If it's going to take away from that, walk away. I can tell you for a fact that it's not worth it. And I've come to a point where I'm going to sing it very loud. You don't have to give in to the misconceptions to get to a point. And if that's what it would take, then maybe it's not just for
It's
you.
not just for you.
Find
Exactly.
something else that is for you. It will work and it will come, and you'll be grateful that you didn't give in. So, misconception or not, I promise you people will talk. Everybody has their own opinion, their own thoughts on the matter. See for yourself, and if that's what it is, then
And that's it.
yeah.
Thank you very much, because sitting here with you and having this conversation, I think that even for myself, I've learned quite a lot. So I'm sure that everyone listening will also learn a lot from this interview. Thank you very much. But one last question: what's one disciplinary rule that you hold there and you live by? Because you live by a lot of rules. Just by speaking to you, I already know, and I've already learned a lot of things. So what's one rule that you live by?
Contentment. I like to say that people do extreme things because they're not content with whatever situation they are or whatever they want for themselves at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But then when you're content with where you are right now, you're not under any sort of pressure to, oh my gosh, I want to belong. I want to be where this person is. You don't even know how long it took them to get there. You're only seeing the result and you think it will happen by the snap of a finger. But being content will allow you to trust your process. I have this YouTube channel where I talk about unlocking chapters.
Okay.
And I'm encouraging people, trust your story, embrace your story
Your
rather,
story.
trust your process, but be your authentic self doing it. You can take advice or inspiration from people who have gone ahead of you, people who have walked the path that you want to walk, but it shouldn't take away from who you are. It shouldn't take away from your uniqueness.
Yeah.
But most of all, just trust that at the end of the day, everything will work out. Don't be under any form of pressure to be extra when it's not even needed. And when you are content, you will, walk according to your pace instead
Yeah.
of advancing in a way that would be detrimental at the end of the day.
That makes sense. Thank you very much. But about content, most of the time, I think that most people are just contented and
They
it's not.
remain
Yes,
stagnant.
yes, yes.
Okay.
There's that part.
Okay, so I'm not saying be content and then you're comfortable in a space,
And
strive
not
for
move.
more, dream bigger,
Exactly.
take a step to take it a bit further, but it shouldn't be at any cost.
Makes
That's
sense.
that's where I'm coming from. It
Okay.
shouldn't be at any cost. Like, I'm willing to do anything. I'm willing to give anything, even if at the end of the day, when you look back on the decision you made 5 years from now, you would regret it. No, don't do that to yourself. Make sure that whatever decision you're taking or whatever step you're taking forward is for your personal growth and improvement, not because you want to show pepper them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you very, very much. This interview has been such an insightful one, and I've learned a lot from you. What do you say to our viewers before we go?
I'd say thank you for watching. Keep watching Aviation 001. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.